Welcome back po sa programa ng Power Tonight with Elvira. Kung nasiyahan po kayo sa interview namin with Father of Chan, kung saan po napakaganda ng kanyang sharing, ngayon naman po 3 lay leaders po dito sa Archdiocese of Taipei ang aming ma-interview at walang iba kundi si Mr. Joseph Lee. Siya po ang National President ng Taiwan Catholic Lay Apostolic Council. Si Mary Wu, siya po ang National Delegate sa International Eucharistic Congress. At the same time, Vice President po ng Catholic Lay Apostolic Council ng Archdiocese of Taipei. At of course, yung youth leaders din na walang iba kundi si Miss Winnie Yu-Ying. Siya po naman ay nagtatrabaho sa Chinese Regional Bishop Conference kung saan po siya ang Secretary sa Commission on Evangelization. Ano naman kaya ang pag-uusapan namin? Siya po ang subaybayan ninyo sa pagbabalik ng Power Tonight with Elvira.
May maganda daw po kayong balita.
May biyayang darating sa atin. Hinirang ang ating bayan. Pinili ang bansang Pilipinas upang dito idaos ang 51st International Eucharistic Congress.
Dadayuhin ng mga Katoliko sa buong mundo. Magkita-kita tayo sa Cebu sa January 2016.
Sa selebrasyon na ito, maghahari ang pagmamahal sa isa't isa dahil tayo ay pamilya ng Diyos at Siya ang ating Ama.
Saksihan natin ang real presence ni Jesus sa Eucharist. Yan ang misa ng mundo.
Pinakamalaking pagsasama ng mga mananampalataya. Pagtulong-tulungan natin para may sakatuparan.
Mula sa ating munting kakayahan, may handog natin ang pinakamalaking selebrasyon ng banal na Eucharistia.
Makapangyarihan ng mamamayang Pilipino, kaya natin ito.
Isang pamilya sa ilalim ng isang Diyos. Nag-iisang bangka tayo sa isang pananampalataya. Christ in you, the hope of glory.
So, may I call you Joseph, Mary, Winnie. Welcome to the program of Power Tonight with Elvira. You are lay leaders here, and we wanted to find out what are you doing here, in the Archdiocese of Taipei, what contribution and what can we learn from you? Because all over the world, lay leaders now is the attention, especially the youth. So I will ask Joseph, Joseph, you are the president of the National Taiwan Catholic Lay Apostolic. So before you answer, what is your role there? What have you been doing? Who introduced you to this Catholic faith?
Yeah, okay. It's quite a long story, but we may start with my grandfather.
Okay.
Grandfather in mainland China. He was Catholic.
Okay.
Then later on, my father, of course. Then I was baptized when I was a child. And in my family, we have 9 brothers and sisters, 9 children, brothers and sisters. And I'm the 5th one. Okay. And so from very beginning, very young, we used to go to church with my father and mothers. Yeah, so it's a kind of, being a Catholic is quite a natural thing. Yeah, it's just like a life. And every day every Sunday go to church. Yeah.
So it's very traditional.
Very traditional. Yes.
So you said you are 9 brothers and sisters.
Yes.
How many brothers do you have?
2.
Only 2. Because
2.
if you are 5 brothers, I will ask, how come you did not become a priest? Considering your parents brought you up to be very Catholic, you accept, and practice the traditional of going to church together,
Yes.
So is your grandparents, are they Catholic or they don't have any belief, or are they Buddhist?
As far as I know, that my grandparents, they are Catholic.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that my grandparents they just stayed in mainland China, and unable to come to Taiwan. So in Taiwan, that I was born with my parents, and so my parents, my uncle, or Catholic, yeah.
Now, Mary, where did you learn your faith? Who really influenced you to become very active in the church?
Yes. I'm familiar with Jospeh. I'm the 5th generation of the Catholic in my family. And my great-grandparents, they're baptized in the Catholic Church. And my faith is, the person really influenced me is my father, who is very faithful and who was a leader as the same position as Jospeh 20 years before. Yeah, so in my family, the Catholic life is just the part of our life. Yeah.
So you were all born here in Taipei.
Taiwan.
So you are already the original, generation here.
Yes.
But your great-grandparents, are they from mainland China?
No.
They are here.
They are here.
So you are really the local.
I'm really the local.
Yeah. Unlike Jospeh is an alien here, because the grandparents come from China, right? And you, Winnie, so where did you learn your faith? Why did you, try to get involved, with the church activities? Because you mentioned you are with the formation of the lay, right? So who influenced you more that this is the kind of work you really like to do?
I had been 7-year Protestant before I accepted the Catholic faith.
Okay.
And before, when I was a Protestant, I always want to be a pastor. I want to be a minister. So very naturally, when I became a Catholic, I seek opportunities or I seek ways to serve God. And I think to be a lay minister would be the best way. And when I entered the Bishop Conference, since I was young, I hope I'm still young, but so the Bishops General that time just assigned me to work for the youth.
So you mean to say your faith was, you used to be a Protestant. You see, you should have one episode. It's very interesting, So from Protestant, you become a Catholic. So what transformed you to become a Catholic?
From the last year of my university, I faced some kind of, spiritual crisis. And because I was already a youth animator in my former church.
Okay.
And so I did not know who I can seek help.
Okay.
Because I should be the one to advise to the youth.
Yes,
but
yes.
I feel I was so helpless.
Okay.
And my pastor just advised me to pray harder and to read the Bible more often. But
that is not the solution.
yes, I cannot find.
Okay.
So I started to, I want to know how the Christians before, the early Christians, how they communicate with God.
Okay.
If we find the Bible so hard to understand, if we find sometimes prayer is so dry. So because when in my the last church, we pray with the emotions. You can say a little like charismatic, but not really charismatic.
You can express, your own free will. I think the talent, the gift that you have, you were able to express because you are allowed to speak what is in your heart, right? For the process.
Because I'm a new convert.
Okay.
I'm from a Buddhist family, so from the start of my Christian life, the presence of God was so clear. So when it's like when God Himself, when God is hidden, then I feel so. Not so confident. Is He really there? But from the teachings of my church, I could not find any kind of clue how to solve this kind of problem. And from my readings, I like to read some spiritual readings, like from a Christian writer, Philip Yancey, and he benefited a lot from the writings of Father Henry Nguyen. And so I started to read the Henry Nguyen's book, and from Henry Nguyen, he mentioned so much about Thomas Merton.
Okay.
So I wanted to know how it's like. Is there really contemplation for Christians, because we know meditation, but what is contemplation for Christians? So that's how I started to search help and search resources from the Catholic Church. So because of the reading, so I wanted to talk to a Catholic priest. So, and through some friends' introduction, I started to be a friend of a Jesuit priest. And then we started to talk about spiritual life. And then, and after that, step by step, I found my way back to the Catholic family.
You have been a Catholic for how many years?
Since 2006.
So it's already around
I'm still
9
very young.
years. Yeah. So and do you regret for changing, because you had an influence before? The family is very Buddhist, right? This is another, faith, and then from Buddhist you transform to Protestant, then become Catholic. So 9 years, you are with the Catholic. Do you find the answer that you're looking for, or do you feel still restless? Or this is already the answer for you?
I think for most of the time, I feel so assured that this is the final step, the destination. And of course, sometimes I feel not so confident of the answer. Is like God really guiding me to this church? Because sometimes it's not so easy to understand and to believe.
Joseph, because you come from a very traditional family, so you're so used to the ways and means of being a Catholic. So this is your first time to be the president, or you have been active before in the church?
I was the president of
Catholic Lay Apostolic Council,
yes. Okay, of Taipei Diocese. Yeah. And I was elected as a national lay apostolic last year. Yeah, okay. And I also, maybe start with the church. Okay, so originally I was a church's parish council president, and later on becomes a deanery president. Okay. Then later on becomes the diocese, then this time becomes the national. So a lot of experience on this area, and of course this is purely service.
Yes,
service to help the priest. Yeah.